Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. It's Onyinye here again. Thank you guys so much for all the love on my last video. Like, it means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. And if you're new here, hi, welcome to my channel. So in my last video, I told you guys that this video is going to be about how we found out that I am pregnant. So here's how it happened. A while back, like few months back, I became really sick. Like, I was running temperature, I had a headache, and I also had loss of appetite. So at first I thought it was malaria, because to be honest, my highest sickness, like anytime I'm sick and I go to the hospital and they check, it's always malaria. So when the thing started, I just felt it was malaria. And me being me, I don't really like going to the hospital. Like, I dislike going to the hospital a lot. Like, if I had to wait out my sickness, if I had to wait some days so that my sickness would go on its own, I don't mind. So when the thing started, I didn't even bother about thinking about going to the hospital. I was just like, the fever would go and the headache would stop. I didn't even take any pills, because whenever you go to the hospital, you're either getting injections or you're getting pills. You can't get sick and go to the hospital and they'll be like, we are not giving you injection or pills. So I didn't want to take any injections or pills. Like, at least pills, I can swallow them, but injections, I dislike needles a lot. So when the first day, I was just trying to monitor it and see if it would go on its own. But at the back of my mind, I was already thinking it's definitely malaria. But the thing is that whenever I have malaria, I never have loss of appetite. Okay, so no matter how sick I am, I always eat. Like, I must always eat. In fact, I think I eat more when I'm sick. So the loss of appetite was what raised our brows. We were like, what is going on? And at that time, it's not like it didn't cross my mind that I might be pregnant. It's just that I still had 6 more days before my next period. And then I used to believe that you have to miss your period before all the pregnancy symptoms will start showing face. Like, I used to believe that you missing your period was what's going to trigger all those pregnancy symptoms, morning sickness and all that to start. So it's not like I didn't know that I might be pregnant. It's just that, because if you're doing the do unprotected, sooner or later you're bound to get pregnant. So, but it's just that I didn't know that it could start as early as it did. Like, the symptoms could start as early as it did. So that day, like, the thing continued. Evening, I was still running temperature, my head was banging, and I had loss of appetite. And also another thing is that with pregnancy, when you get pregnant, like, you tend to eat more. But mine was loss of appetite. So, which is why I wasn't really gingered about doing any pregnancy test or whatever. So when the thing continued, my husband was like, we need to call our doctor. So at that time, it was already late. So in the morning, we called our doctor, and I explained everything that was happening, and he was like, I should come to the hospital that morning. So I was like, okay. That was how I got ready. I went to the hospital. When it got to my turn, I saw the doctor. So the first thing he asked me was, when was the first day of my last period? I told him, and then I told him that I was expecting my period in 5 days time or this time. He was like, okay, that I will start with, we'll have to run a pregnancy test first before we know the next step. So I was like, okay. He filled in the lab slip or lab form, something like that, and gave to me and told me to go and run the test. So I went to the lab. They took my blood sample and did the pregnancy test, and it turned out positive. It's just that it was still very faint. So I took the lab results back to the doctor, and when he opened it, he told me congratulations that I am pregnant. So I was not like, oh. so, so everybody started telling me congrats. It's because you're pregnant, that's why all those things were happening. And I was like, okay. So as it was faint like that, if I had done the pregnancy test at home, like if I had peed on that, all those pregnancy stick something, it would have turned out negative. So he was like, congratulations. And then he now prescribed all those. I started taking routine drugs immediately, and and all that. I got to know about the do's and the don'ts of first trimester, and yeah, from that day here we are today. So yeah, that is how I found out. It's not like it wasn't dramatic or nothing like that happened. I just went to the hospital, they did test, and they told me I'm pregnant. So, and in that hospital, that was where I stayed and called my husband and told him I'm pregnant. So it was nothing special, or yeah. So that was how I found out. That was how we found out. And from then till now, we've been on the journey. It has been from one experience to the other. It's like an adventure. You don't know what to expect, but every day is hopeful. Every day is beautiful. Each passing day takes us closer to our bundle of joy. So so guys, that's all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, drop your comments in the comment section, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for always supporting me. Okay, bye.